The Illuminati will see you now. Or at least we'll see one of them in action figure form. Welcome back. This is another toy review for me, Chris, in a low-lit office, but here to celebrate a fantastic Marvel Legends figure. Oh, giving the game away, but here it is. I have not been collecting the Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness wave, though I've sort of wanted to. I mean, take a look at the figures. Here's what you've got. You know, Doctor Strange, we've got him. Marvel's one, we've got him. I'd love to have America Chavez. I'd love to have the Projection Strange, though I have seen it in the flesh, and it's not great. Despair and Sleepwalker would make great additions to my comic book villain collection as well. But. This figure was bought for me as a treat a couple weeks ago by my lovely wife. I was having a bit of a shite week and she just came home and went, oh, look what I accidentally bought from Forbidden Planet on the way home, and handed me this figure, and bless her, I'm glad she did. And I finally opened it for this review. Let us take a peek at Master Mordo, Doctor Strange villain extraordinaire and multiversal ally in the Multiverse of Madness. Here he is. One of my favourite actors on this planet is Chiwetel Ejiofor, so to have an action figure of him is great. I missed out on the Doctor Strange figures back in 2016, just couldn't afford to buy any of them. But also I remember them being a bit of a mixed bag likeness-wise. Let's talk about the likeness on this first real quick. Look at that. That is Chiwetel Ejiofor. That is him. That is just, I am blown away by how good this is. As the bio says, Mordo has gone rogue since leaving Kamar-Taj, hunting other sorcerers for breaking the laws of reality, and is never far off the trail of Doctor Strange. That is true. This figure is not Mordo from the first Doctor Strange. This is Master Mordo that we meet in a different universe in Multiverse of Madness. I'm not going to say any spoilers in case some people haven't felt comfortable going back to the theatre yet and haven't seen the film. So, yeah. But this is an alternate universe. Baron Mordo, Karl Mordo, who is Master Mordo, in a more elevated position and is absolutely all for being a sorcerer in this film and in this incarnation. However, I see hints of his comic book costume, an evolution of his first film's outfit, and let's take a look at the articulation. Master Mordo comes with ankle pivots, as you'd expect. He has a hidden boot articulation at the top of the boot. Love it when they do that, because it blends seamlessly into the figure and doesn't disrupt the sculpt at all. Double knee joint. He has a swivel at the thigh, and his crotch can allow leg movement outwards, inwards, forwards, backwards over the Irish Sea. He doesn't appear to have a waist swivel, but he also doesn't have a rib crunch. As such, he has the now sort of infamous Doctor Strange movie figure ball joint kind of waist. I don't know. It allows for some natural movement and doesn't break up the costume, so I'm all here for it. His arms go outwards and around. He doesn't have an upper arm movement or swivel. He also doesn't have a double elbow joint. He has a sculpted singular elbow joint, but it's got a decent amount of range to it. As you can see there, it goes up as much as possible. I think, again, this was just down to the sculpt, and I wonder, let me know in the comments below if you do have the original Karl Mordo figure from 2016. I wonder if this is a reuse of pieces from that figure or from earlier Doctor Strange figures. Wrists have a swivel and a pivot. And a decent amount of head movement, considering the sculpted long hair and the robes and everything getting in the way. He's got a very expressive amount of movement from what he's been given. So I like that a lot. Sculpting is incredibly impressive, down to the details on the sash around his waist, his bracelets, the kind of structure on his chest. There's a lot of detail going on there. He has his sling ring on his belt, and it's painted very distinctly, so that's really, really cool. Facially, Chiwetel Ejiofor is captured fantastically. There are also hints of veins on his forehead. There are scars on his visage. His beard is nice and thick, so it's got a really good clear paint to it. The individual sculpt of the dreads is beautiful. I do wonder if Hasbro have reused this from something else, because that is a really intricate headpiece to do for a one-off figure, so I wonder if this has shown up in maybe a Star Wars range or something. It's very, very cool. I haven't attempted it yet, but it seems that because the way his sculpted robe is not plugged into anything on the back, you could probably pop his arms back and take the robe off and have him looking a bit more like he does on the illustration on the packaging, where it's him without the big robe. If you want to give that a go, let me know in the comments if it works out for you. I'm not risking it. Mordo comes with a few accessories. He comes with closed fists. He comes with open palms. He comes with weapon gripping hands, which if you have any older Strange figures, you have like the spells on handles that you could give to him if you wanted your Mordo to be wielding spells perhaps. But also it's perfect for him holding what I think looks like the Wand of Watum. I think that's what he's holding here, so that's quite cool to add another Doctor Strange centric weapon to my collection. And also a Mystic Crossbow. So there we go. This is an interesting prop to have because I don't recall him using this in the movie, but, and this isn't a spoiler for the movie, this is a spoiler for stuff that wasn't in the film. It's come to light since then in a few places that there was a original opening for this movie that depicted the Mordo of the MCU that we've already met tracking down a magic user and shooting at them with this like magic infused crossbow. The magic user in question being the villain of the film that we in the film learned to be the bad guy in a different scene, but this would have been the introduction to that villain in an opening scene of the movie and would have shown why Mordo of the MCU is not around, because he's either been incapacitated or murdered by that villain, which sucks. I think they took it out so that there's an option for Chiwetel Ejiofor to return as the character in the future, so I'm glad they did that. But it's interesting that this seems to be, based on the character's bio and the accessory he comes with, a figure based around the Mordo we didn't see in the film, and yet his design is absolutely the one who appears in the movie in a different universe. So that's interesting. Mordo also comes with the right arm and two hand options for Rintrah, the Build-A-Figure for this wave. Having now seen the film, I am perplexed that this is the Build-A-Figure when there would be much more interesting Build-A-Figures to make, but it's still a cool figure and people like the comic book version, so I guess this is a way you get a Rintrah. Do I recommend this Master Mordo figure? Yeah, I do. If you have a Doctor Strange collection, yes, I think it'd be cool to add him to it. He's a slightly more comic-leaning version of Mordo as opposed to the previous release from 2016. Also, just the way that coat is sculpted, as you can see from the post-figure shots, it looks really good. Whatever you're doing with him, he looks dynamic. And if you're a fan of Chiwetel Ejiofor, there's a pretty cool Chiwetel Ejiofor action figure. So, I give thumbs up to this one. I think this Master Mordo figure is pretty cool. I can't wait to add him to my little collection of Multiverse of Madness Doctor Strange figures over there. But what about you guys? Do you like him? Let me know in the comments down below. Do you have him? How do you rate him? Have you taken the cloak off? What does he look like without the cloak? Oh, madam. Let me know in the comments down below. And give this video a like if you found it useful or helpful at all. You could also help me by going to the description and clicking on my PayPal link or Amazon wishlist link to help me buy future figures for reviews. You will of course get a shout out if you help or contribute. You're under no obligation to do that though. I'm not forcing you to do that. Of course I'm not. But I am telling you that you need to have a good day. That's a rule. Seemed aggressive. Anyway, bye.